So the second attempt of this. I hope it works now. So yeah, without further ado, this is clear coat material in Mari and Renderman. So yeah, let's get started. So I had technical difficulties before, and I hope that everything works now. I have to mess with my capture device card and stuff. I'm not sure. I got some blinking stuff in the previous live stream, so let's see if it works better this time. So yeah, let's get into this now. Just gonna check so it doesn't do that nasty blinking. So okay, I'm back. We're live again, and okay, let's get into this. So I was, before my technical difficulties, I was planning to do a some kind of clear coat pass on this asset. So I'm gonna do a Renderman shader setup with a layered approach to test this. And then I'm gonna incorporate it as an ISO mask into the actual asset. So first off, I'm gonna make a few exports here. I'm gonna make a channel and call it call clean first. This is just a test. I'm gonna hook it up there, so I get everything up to that point there. Oops, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, something is going bananas here. That's my decals. I think I disconnected something there. I have to check out what's going on here. Yeah, I managed to, I think I disconnected this one. And this one should go to there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think my this is annoying. I don't like when my viewers just go off into over there. Just gets a mess. I'm not even sure I would like to have those visible, the connection sometimes, or the option to hide those. I don't really want to see the, especially for the shader, it's just annoying sometimes to see the shader lines. Oh well, okay. So, okay, that was, I accidentally inserted a merge or something there, so let's delete that and redo this. Channel, call clean. Just go like this now. I think I just took the nodal, oops. I'm not sure why it, whoa, what's going on? Where did it go? Why? I've never seen that before. That's freaky. That was what happened before. So yeah, I'm not sure here what's really what's going on with that merge node there. So now if I look at this, yeah, so I want to export this. Then I want to export my dirt mask. So I made a channel ISO dirt there. Hold on. Hello Douglas, yeah. Have you seen that in Katana that the nodes just goes to oblivion? That's really nasty. So yeah, and let's take a look at my metal mask. I want to export this one as well. Then I can hook this up in the layer shader. So I guess I have a metal mask there. I can name it something more clever. Channel ISO metal okay. So we have the metal mask and so let's export this out, and then I'm gonna TX convert those and open it in Maya. So Control E or Shift E, I mean, gets us to this export custom channel selection. So this is an extension pack, and let's take ISO metal mask. It's already. Let's take call clean, and I need my dirt color as well. Just take this one, call dirt. I already had that. It's okay, so it's fine. Actually, let's disable the bake point there. Just want the latest and greatest, and so call dirt, call clean. I want my metal mask and ISO dirt. So yeah, export all patches. So this is gonna take a little while here. So we have this interface telling us what is going on with the progress bar. So in the meantime, we can take a look at Pete Patterson's paint along, I think. So let's open a browser, and I have a okay, so this is Pete. He's usually on a live stream. I think he's out shooting rockets or something. I got a text from him recently. He's gonna be back here. So this is his paint along thread here, and this is what he's up to. And he's playing with decals and stuff, I see here, and colors and stuff. So it's interesting. He's working on dirt mask. Yeah, it's interesting to see his approach on this as well. So let's see how it goes here. 25%. What else can we do? In the meantime, we can drink coffee and say hello. And I think, yeah, I hope my capture device is not goofing up. It looks stable, I think. Something, yeah. The thing was, before I started stream, I upgraded my OBS software. I'm not sure if we got a hiccup when I did that, so I have to reset my settings. Things happen when you go live streaming. So it's done. Metal mask, and as it's live, I can't prepare stuff. one of the drawbacks going live, I guess. So yeah, let's dive into the Mori forum in the meantime. Discussion, community. Here's a good place to hang out if you wanna talk Mori. And yeah, go to Foundry and add stuff to the forum and get it vibrant. Where did you get the model? I just I made it a long time ago, maybe 4 or 5-6 years ago, just as a asset to for my I made a short. If we can go to, we can actually go and take a look at that in the meantime while it exports. Go to YouTube. Let's see. Where is my channel? My channel. See if I have it here. A long time ago. Let's see. Playlists. Yeah. So I did it for, it was more like a test. I was testing a Renderman 18 shaders. So I needed a, let's go to the actual, I made like a mock-up. I was controlling this device in a like my office environment. So this was the when I was working at Fido in Sweden. And so yeah, I did like tracking and stuff, and I also made a lot of material for Renderman using this asset. So it's been like a long time asset where I've been using on and off, and now I'm recreating it in the node graph. This was back in the day. I painted it in Mori like 1.6, I think I started it, and then layers came around, and yeah. So that's what I was up to back then, and then I just reuse it now for my new live streaming stuff here in the node graph. So 75%. Soon we're ready to go into Maya and do our stuff there. So yeah, I wish I had this exported, but I didn't have time before I went live. Next time I will try to export stuff in advanced when it's this type of textures. Let's see. Export successful. Let's take this one and close it. I'm just gonna go into the project actually, and because I realized I exported to the directory, I'm gonna transfer those. So let's go into my projects. Where is it? No, it's on the crash plan. Projects, Meshmen, Gatling, Mori, out, source, and date mod 5. It's gonna move those color isometal mask up because I gonna make another folder for this. Okay. So let's open Maya now. So first off, I'm gonna just TX convert this, the new stuff. Okay, and hit go there. Because Renderman needs TX files and it's gonna take for ages if I would plug the EXRs into it before it starts to render. So I wish I had a farm, because it's can take a while to TX convert as well. Yeah, I should have exported it in lower res. It's just 2K now, so let's see if it picks up speed here. So let's take a look at something in the meantime. Another great place I usually go to when it comes to interesting papers. It's the Disney have their publications. I can't recall Disney. Let's see, papers. Let's see if we can find it. Disney publications. This can be an interesting place to find what's new on the horizon. There's a lot of geeky stuff going on here. I don't know half of it or a fraction of it, but it's really interesting to read stuff here, to see what's like next. Same with the Pixar. They have a similar the Pixar papers. Graphics, yeah. So this one I'm studying right now, the foundation for materials. It's interesting. This is interesting, the way with the denoising. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, like games that has kind of like denoising in real time, so you can have path traced games, and that's kind of freaky. That can be really cool. Hello. So we have a few questions. What CPU are you using? This one is an what is it? Like a quad core something. i7. Let's CPU. Let's see. What do I have? Can I see it here maybe? Skylake, Intel Core i7 something. How many cores? 4 cores, 8 threads. So it's not a monster, but it's okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's running in the background. So I could probably, while this is running, open Mari and start to set up my ISO maps and stuff. Well, it should be, because it's just in the background, and Mari is more about the GPU anyway. So I hope this will work. So yeah, I'm gonna start to I know essentially what ingredients I need. to do this. So I'm gonna just hook up a the ISO, called the ISO clear coat. I guess I can do it here. So let's take a float. Whoops. First off, let's see if I have my bookmarks. No, I lost my bookmarks. Let's remedy that. Extension pack. So under node graph, I want my MISC. Let's see here. So on the node graph, on the B, I want my bookmark. Radio nodes. Connect to transmitter. I want C to connect on the node graph. And then under create node graph, let's go to where is it now again? Let's see, it's always tricky to find this. Where is the node graph section now again? Create, it's on the MISC extension pack. Or for radio on the node graph and transmitter T. So let's see if that works now. Transmitter makes a transmitter node. Connect bookmarks. Okay, everything is working. So I wanna hook up a make a clear coat. So can make a float, set it to 1. This is just gonna be an ISO mask. And I know I want my metal mask. So first off, I just want to create a radio node and connect it to the ISO metal mask, this one. Let's see, so I guess it's gonna be I have to reverse this, so let's invert this and multiply it against. So I essentially could have just used that as a base. But for if I want to adjust, could be good to have a multiplier, because if I want to adjust the float underneath here, I could do it. Let's go, if I visualize this node, it will still work. And then I want to add, I guess I'm gonna add my extra stuff here. I'm gonna add the dirt on top. So let's create a radio, let's connect the ISO, let's see, dirt mask. And this one I have to invert as well. Also multiply this one. So let's see now, we have the metal and the dirt working together. and my extra breakup is gonna be there, happening there, I guess. So let's name this as a, oh, I can clamp it as well. I always clamp masks. Clamp, and then we make a channel called ISO clear coat. It's gonna be a scalar. Let's make this a backdrop. Okay, so something clever named here as well, it's good. So I'm not really sure I like the way Mario applies the backdrops. I would like to have some kind of spacing on them. They're always too close to the edge. I would like to have it like to be able to specify the the bounding area around the actual nodes. So what I usually do, I kind of, if I want to do that, I do something like this. If I take this away, to get my bounding, you have to like have your, if I now do a backdrop, you can just scoot this back a bit. But yeah, I wish I could specify the bounding area somehow, so I don't have to do that. So ISO clear coat. Let's do some funky color. Woo, that's green. It's maybe a bit too holistic. Let's desaturate that a bit. Okay, so I could make an axis projection. And let's see, I think I have something like a generic scratch mask hanging around. I think, which one is it? This one could be used temporarily. So which one was it? Okay, so there we have, I'm gonna use this one as a template now, as a, just to do some kind of generic breakup. So multiply it against this one. So essentially, I just want this on the painted as well. So let's go to my ISOs. So ISO, I have this bookmark, ISO bookmarks. So yeah, actually I also had a mask prepared here, so that's fine. Kind of just want to apply this first on these. So let's go back. Ah, I didn't make a bookmark node. Let's make a bookmark here as well, so I can jump to it easily. Let's name it ISO. Oops. Clear coat. And another merge here. Just gonna mask out the parts I want to have this clear coat effect on. So I need a radio node and connect it to my ISO. Let's see, what was it? It's good if I remember. Body. Yeah. And let's multiply that again. So now it will only affect the areas where I have like a painted, the painted green stuff. So whenever I update my mask, this will automatically be updated, because I have everything fed in with radio nodes. So if I do something to my metal mask, or my this one is just the temp, my dirt mask, or if I change the ISO, it will automatically update. Okay, so let's save this and go back to Maya and see if my TX convert has been successful yet. Let's see. Now it's still going, so could start to set up something here. Could make this a little more interesting maybe, just for test purpose. Let's say, oops, where did it go? Oh, there we go. Let's make a white paint node and just do something specific here. And let's take multiply. So I was gonna add some scratches myself here now. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I just want to I was in the wrong node there. That's why I was meant to hook this up to the axis projection there. That's when I had some painted stuff on top of the axis projection. But I wanna look at it one node above. Okay, so let's isolate this body out quickly. So someone is banging on the fireworks. And let's take inverted luminance. Whoops. Luminance, I mean. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just gonna tweak the curve. Or maybe I just contrast it a bit and so yeah, I just want something to test with here now. I guess, let's see. Let's make something brutal to see this as well. If I would apply this to my shader in the end. Let's see, I think it's auto-saving now. Okay, so let's do that. So I have a few places to test this on. Okay, so I guess I can export this now as well and have it ready in Maya. I can export it from here actually. File, export, selected channel, nodes flattened. I'm gonna export it to its own channel. So ISO export all patches. Just give it a second here. Let's go back. Yeah, so now it's just gonna quickly make TX convert that directory as well. Should be a bit quicker. It's not as many. So yeah, it would be cool with a little farm here at home. But yeah, I can't afford that. Obviously, I have 2 machines, so I'm streaming to my other machine at the moment, so can't use that one really. So yeah, I have 2 machines set up. I have my old rendering machine that's kind of been converted to rendering and streaming, and then I have this machine with a better GPU. It's not the best CPU, but Mori is more about GPU than CPU, so yeah, I have this one more for painting and streaming from. So okay, so I guess we can start to hook up some stuff now. Now we have this. So I could make a layered shader now, I guess. Let's create Renderman materials. pxrSurface. So let's make a quick layered shader out of this. First off, let's assign this, and it's this node actually. So the layered shader in Maya, it works like this node is where you have all the settings, is kind of just the settings that's common for all the materials. So if I, for example, want to have my primary specular to GGX, it's gonna be GGX for all of them. Let's make it artistic, clear coat. I want GGX there as well. So this is the specular response. So let's start by testing this. Let's disable the layer 1, so the layer 2 I mean, and let's make a metal out of this. I guess we can take away the diffuse color, go to primary specular, enable it, and just go pretty high here on the face and edge gain face color. So now this should probably look like something like a metal thing. Let's take a look, see what we get. And let's see, something is not, yeah, I have to increase the gain as well. Can't just so this is in the artistic mode, you have the face gain, and that's like the 90-degree angle away from camera, and no, the edge color I mean, and the edge, the face, it's like facing, so I make both of them, is gonna be really shiny, the roughness. So let's make something. And let's hook up my second coat here now. So let's go to the mixer and enable that. So it's gonna override now, and this is where I'm gonna hook up my let's pause this temporarily, hook up my textures that I did export from Mori without the dirt. I have to make another layer here that's gonna be the dirt on its own. So first off, let's take a pxr texture, that's a read node. So let's get some real estate here. And hook up my files here. Cold clean, that's what I want. The text file, not the XR. And the default Renderman, you take away the numbering on the UDIN there and type map ID and put it into the Mari node. So if you would have like a ZBrush or something, you would put that one. So RGB into diffuse color. So now let's hit the IPR. Now we should have my color without the dirt. And we do. So yeah, now we don't have any specular, but so this is now where I'm gonna use my metal mask. So we need another Pixar texture. Whoops, there we go. Let's name this to something clever. So let's browse for this metal mask that I exported. So it's gonna be called ISO metal mask text file. Okay, so this one we need to mask the actual layer, so we can just take the result R, for example, and mask the layer 1 mask. So this one should now mask everything, all the scratches through to the underlying layer. So let's take a look if that works. It should work. I might have to invert this, I'm not sure. Or did it work? No. Ah, I know what's... have to take the Mari file token. So yeah, I think I have to invert this. Let's see. Because the mask was exported, I should have an invert node in Mari before I export, but let's pxr invert. Let's take result R, or let's RGB. Okay, so now this should work. So yeah, I could have just inverted the texture on export with an invert node. It should be the same. So there we go. Now we have all the scratch stuff coming through there. You can see some of the surfaces there getting that scratched. Okay, so let's make a new layer and apply the dirt color now as well. Just gonna scoot things around here. So let's create a Pixar layer. Let's make this dirt layer. So this one is gonna be the layer 2 material. So it's gonna override yet again. So let's enable this. Let's take the pxr texture and browse for that cold dirt that I exported. So this is how you can, I mean, my texture, my shader was set up to be monolithic, but I could just export the different nodes on its own if I want to have something that's more tweakable in post, for example. So let's do ISO on the TX folder. Oops. So I need a cold dirt text. So dirt call. So this is a strange thing in Maya. I mean, if you start to rename your your read nodes, if you make a new read node, it defaults to some kind of limbo node. It doesn't show up. Then you have to rename the node for this line to show up where it says file name. This is something I reported to Pixar a few times, but they haven't fixed it. So then you have to rename all of your nodes when you create them. But yeah, it's not a biggie. It's just sometimes you get confused. You make a new node and you browse for something and it doesn't show up, and if you rename the node, it's gonna be there. So let's dirt layer. I guess let's just take another and hook up my dirt mask now. ISO dirt. There is this one. Okay, same goes here. You see the file name here, it's blank, and it's because this one is not unique now because I had. So ISO dirt file in or something, and then we can see it. Map ID. Okay. So I would guess I need to reverse this as well. Let's take the input. Let's take the R channel to the layer mask there. Okay, so let's see what we got now. Let's take an IPR. Let's make it a smaller one now, just to be efficient here when I do my live streaming, and I need some water. So now I wish I had one of those. Yeah, so when I bought this machine, it wasn't really made for rendering super many like multi-core renderings, because I bought it with more in mind, more like so. And also I see here, oh, I think it's actually working. I would like to have one of those thread rippers, or what they're called, with like, what is it, 18 cores and 32 threads or something. It would be cool to see how that works. So yeah, now we have, I'm not sure how the dirt is applied there. It's very, let's zoom in somewhere. So yeah, I don't have all the maps exported, so it doesn't look like when I render it with just the shader, because I need the roughness and all of those maps set up. Obviously, I could just tweak some of this, maybe add just a bit of rough specular here, for example. Let's take something very subtle on the dirt layer there. So, but the thing I wanted to test was if I disable this dirt here first off, I want to play with the clear coat. So I'm gonna make like a clear coat onto the actual painted this one. So it's the layer 2 here, and let's go to let's enable a specular first off. I could take a rough specular actually. Just to see that it works, and it does. So the rough specular has a preset of 0.6 there. Let's take somewhere. So now let's take the clear coat and enable that, and just go full on here and see what happens. So obviously now we get a clear coat, and that's, I wanna play now with that ISO mask that I exported to see what happens then, and then I apply the dirt on top to see the actual result of that. So let's pause this and let's browse for that. Mask that I exported from Mari. So it was in my ISO clear coat. And clear coat file in. So it's Guy Fawkes weekend, and they are banging on with the fireworks. So I think I have to close the door because I can hear it quite well. Hold on. So how's everyone doing? Any questions in the chat? Does it work? Are we online? Okay. If you hear this, type 1 in the chat or something, so I know that everything is working. or you're just astounded, like what the hell is going on. Okay, so the clear coat, we want it to be into the let's see, clear coat. No, let's see, where is my layer? There it is. Okay, so you can filter the layers. That's good, because sometimes you get, if I clear this, it's like, yeah, it's too many inputs sometimes. So it's good to be able to filter. And now I just want to take the clear coat gain. First off, I just wanted to map it to the gain to see what happens. So that should give me and I think I made this mask so it doesn't need to be inverted actually when I export it. So let's see now. So I painted a few totally black patches there, so we should probably see some kind of breakup there. Just let this converge. So yeah, now I wish I had one of those 36 threads, whatever. But yeah, I think I painted it. Yeah, I can start to see it there. Yeah, there we see. Oh, was it there? Let's do an angle on this. Yeah, so yeah, I painted it there, I think, on the middle of the patch, so we can see that we have a clear coat. So it is working. So then it's just up to me to set, make the breakup masks and stuff like that. So, but now this is mapped onto the, I think it's on the, yeah, on the gain. So I can set the strength here by just playing with these values here. If I want more clear coat, for example. Yeah, now there we can see my black painted, and we can actually see the breakup here if I zoom in from my axis projection there. That's the one with those micro scratches. But I mean, the clear coat on this one is going to be very subtle. It's just going to help it a bit when I apply the dirt on top, to give it some additional oops. So I just got this black screen here. I'm not sure what's going on again. Has the black screen been up on and off? I hope it was just a fluke thing. Okay, let's see. Let's continue, and maybe it's some kind of driver thing. I might have to look into the drivers on my Blackmagic card or something. So okay, so there we have the clear coat, and yes, let's enable my dirt there. That's Way too much dirt. Where is my dirt mask? So I guess I have to contrast this. Oh, hold on. This one shouldn't be inverted actually, I think. It looks like it's the other way around. I have to check this out. Let's see if this works better. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. So yeah, now we have the clear coat under the, on top of the like the painted. So let's see if I now tweak this. So it's this one, the layer 2. If I would be really fancy, I could also map the face and the edge color there. But yeah, and I can also start to play with the roughness of the clear coats here. To make it like less shiny. But I guess it's gonna be something like this. It's just gonna be a subtle thing underneath the actual dirt there. Because we see here it's kind of, I guess that's the scratches there as well. Let's see, I had something here. Just to play with a clear coat. So this is one of those effects that's visible more or less in different angles. It's gonna go around and check it here. So if I disable it completely, it's gonna look at that. Just add a bit. So yeah, it's one of those effects you want just the tad of. Especially on an asset like this. Let's go around here and check it. Yeah, so I guess that's the way I'm planning to apply the clear coat. So now it's just up to me painting the breakup or doing it procedurally. But yeah, I have the base for it and it's kind of working. I just have to find the correct settings. If I want to tint this, I could do it like a core shader or something. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that, but let's do something freaky here. Oh, that's not the way to go for my... Yeah, so we have Axier Ramos. Today is my lucky night. I just discovered your channel live in my first week of Study with More. Yeah, welcome to my channel. There's gonna be a lot of more things coming out. So yeah, but yeah, that's the setup. Oops, so something is freaky with my setup here. I'm not sure if it's gonna continue. I guess I have to wrap this live stream and check all my upgrades and stuff. Might have to do some see if there is a new driver update for my graphics card or something. So, but let's pause this IPR and just go back to Mari briefly. Let's save this. So Axier, I'm not sure how you pronounce, you're studying, maybe that's why I have Mari and Maya open. So there we can see that, you know, when I was checking the clear code out, I just made something very big there to see the actual pattern, like it was working. So yeah, it is. And yeah, so I think something is not fully functional with my setup just now. I see that I get blinking things from the capture card, so I guess I kind of demonstrated the way I'm gonna go down. So I guess I have to wrap this today and call it a night, and I'm gonna take a look at my setup and see what's going on. So let's call it a day, and hopefully I'm back on Wednesday again with a more functional setup. Gonna do some troubleshooting, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today with this setup of the base clear coat. And on Wednesday I hope I have something more stable, and gonna continue to work on the clear coat and to add some additional breakup. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and remember, if you're new here, you wanna be updated on Mari, Renderman, VFX, cinematography, just consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I go live. And see you on Wednesday, and happy painting. Bye bye.